Hey, there you are. I've been waiting for you. I want to welcome you back to the Midnight Library, our secret little world, a place where the outside can't reach us. Just you and me. Can you feel it? The quiet, the warmth, the soft glow of the candlelight around us. Yes, just settle in, my love. Make yourself comfortable. That's it. Perfect. Tonight, it's all about you, about us. And I'll be right here, whispering, teasing, and making every moment just a little more intimate. So lean in, closer. I want you to feel every word, every little sound, just for you. Ready? Good. Let's get lost together in the world of the Midnight Whispers. Previously in the Midnight Library. Before you arrived here, the Midnight Library was quiet. I was alone among the shelves, listening to half-finished stories and tending to whispers that never quite faded. Then, you followed the call. You stepped through the door after midnight, drawn by curiosity you couldn't name, and I found you wandering between the shelves, hesitant but unafraid. And I invited you deeper into a place where stories breathe and desires are remembered. Together, we walked through candlelit aisles where books watched and listened. I showed you that the Midnight Library simply doesn't just hold stories. It responds to those brave enough to stay. You learned that here. You learned that nothing is taken by force. Every touch, every whisper, every step forward is an invitation. And when you choose not to turn back, the library noticed you. By the end of the night, you were no longer just a visitor. The doors stayed behind you. The shelves leaned closer. And the Midnight Library began to write you in its story. The door closes behind us with that quiet, sudden click that only the Midnight Library can make. The sound didn't startle, it lingered, like a whispered promise. The air shifted, warmer now, charged with anticipation, as if the library itself had drawn a slow breath, leaning closer to watch us. I don't let go of your hand, not firmly, not lightly, just enough to let you feel my presence, a gentle tether to the world that has grown silent around us. And in the grip, subtle, deliberate, there's a message. Stay, and the library will notice. As we move forward, the lantern light stretched across the aisles, flickering along the spines of leather-bound books, shadows dancing and curving around us, and I could feel your gaze wandering to the row of shelves, the flickering light, but also towards me. That small, hesitant glance of curiosity, of something unspoken, something dangerously close to intrigue, didn't escape me. You feel it now, I murmured softly, glancing at you from the corner of my eye. The way this place responds when it recognizes someone it wants to remember. The aisles narrowed as we walked, shelves towering high above, stretched into the shadows where the light couldn't reach. The books here had no titles, no labels, only impressions pressed into their leather, as if every story had left a faint echo of someone who had lingered too long. The library watched, aware, attentive, and I could tell it approved. You didn't hesitate, I whispered. That's important. A book shifted quietly on its shelf. Another side open, revealing pages that shimmered faintly as though catching the heat from our presence. You paused and I stopped with you, letting the silence expand between us, rich and unspoken. When I turned to face you, it was deliberate, slow, savoring the moment. We were close enough now that I could see the rise of your pulse at your wrists, the slight tilt of your head, and the way that your shoulders subtly leaned forward without even realizing it. Candlelight caught the curve of your cheeks, a hint of curiosity in your eyes, and I felt my own lips curl in a knowing smile. There you are, I said softly, letting the words linger. I lifted my hand as to reach for you, then stopped just short, letting the tension build. The Midnight Library doesn't take, I murmured. It invites. It waits to see who is willing to stay, who is willing to let themselves be seen. My fingers brushed from your hands to your wrist, feather light but deliberate. I could feel your pulse flutter beneath my touch, and it made me want to lean in closer. Not enough to crowd, but enough to just make sure you could feel my warmth against yours. Every story here began with someone wanting something that they couldn't have, I said, voice softer now, more intimate, more teasing. And yet every one of them thought that they could leave untouched. I guided you towards a low-end table bathed in the soft glow of a single candlelight. On it lays a book open and the ink shifting like smoke captured under the glass. It seems alive, waiting for your presence to awaken it. That book isn't writing a story, I whispered as I stepped behind you, close enough that you could feel the warmth of my shoulders. It's learning you. I let the words hang in the air between us. It listens to the way your shoulders soften when you feel safe. The way your breathing deepens when you're curious, when you're drawn into something new. And the way you lean in when you want more, even if you won't admit it. The pain turned slowly on its own, curling in response. I reached past you and rested a hand on the table near your hip, not pressing, not forcing, but making my presence known. You're not being claimed, I murmured, letting the words tease. You're being noticed. I lifted my other hand, hovering near your jaw. Our eyes meet, and I never let a slow smile curl across my lips. That's how the library sees you, I said. Not as a visitor, not as a stranger, but as someone worth remembering. I traced a thumb across your lower lip, gentle, fleeting, a spark of contact that left the air between us charged and electric. You don't need to speak, I murmured. The library already understands. I stepped back slightly, letting the moment stretch, and then I offered my hand again, open, patient, and inviting. Come with me, I said, letting the words hover soft and deliberate. There's another room, one where the library stops whispering and begins to recognize those it has chosen. You took my hand and the book behind you closed gently, its cover warm beneath your palm. Your name did not appear on it, not yet, but beneath the leather, the ink shifted, relentless and alive, as if practicing for what was to come. As we continued, the shelves seemed to lean in closer, curving protectively around us. The air itself felt intimate, aware, attentive. And for the first time, the Midnight Library did not feel like a place to explore, like it had made space for you. And I, guiding you deeper into its heart, realized that it wasn't just the library paying attention anymore. It was me. Every glance, every pause, every brush of my hand against yours carried a quiet, unspoken promise. Stay, and you won't just be seen. You'll be remembered. A slow, teasing thought ran through me. This place has chosen you. And in some subtle, thrilling way, I had too. And the story we were writing together was only the beginning. And that's where we'll pause tonight. Not because the story ends, but because the Midnight Library prefers to linger. What you're listening to isn't just a finished chapter pulled from a shelf. It's something I'm creating with you. A living story that shifts, grows, and deepens every time that you return. Every whisper, every glance between the pages, every moment you choose to stay, this story remembers it all. This is our space, our shared secret after midnight. And as long as you're here, the library will keep its doors open. And I'll keep writing for you, my Nightlights. If you want to continue this never-ending story, make sure that you're subscribed and let me know in the comments how this chapter made you feel. New pages are always waiting to be written. and you're already a part of them. Until next time, rest easy, stay curious, and don't wander too far. The Midnight Library is always watching for you.